Hey guys, Irene here. So as you can see, I'm in a different spot today. I'm actually in front of my computer, and this is because I'm gonna be critiquing your Instagram feeds. I've actually wanted to do a video like this for a very long time. I always get messages and DMs of you guys asking me to check out your work and maybe give you guys some feedback. So I thought, why not make a video about this and maybe more people can see it and maybe it will help some of you guys. I got over 2,000 replies, so obviously I'm not going to critique everyone. I'm going to try to do as many as I can, and I'm going to choose a variety of different styles to critique. So please don't get discouraged if I don't choose your Instagram. I might be doing more videos like this in the future, so just make sure that you follow me on Instagram to not miss any of my future critiques. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is simply based on my personal opinion, and art is subjective. People like different stuff. So just because I prefer a certain style or I think that one picture is better than the other might not be true for other people. So again, this is just my biased opinion, but hopefully it will still be either entertaining or educational for you guys. And before we start, I just wanted to let you guys know that today's video is actually sponsored by Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or online store, make your next move with Squarespace. With its easy to set up domain service, beautiful award-winning designer templates, all in one platform, and 24/7 customer service. Start your free trial at squarespace.com/Irene Rudnyk and enter the offer code Irene Rudnyk to get the 10% off your first purchase. Okay, so I am on my Instagram right now on my desktop, and here is the picture that I posted with the "Let me critique your Instagram feed." I cannot see the profile pictures here, so I'm just gonna randomly choose some of you guys and start on my critique. Okay, so there's Nogami Do. Oh, this is a Polish photographer. Cool. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so the first glance, okay, we have lots of portraits. Okay, so this is a pretty new Instagram. I can see only 26 posts. I have a suspicion that this is a photographer's wife or girlfriend, which is really cool. The girl is absolutely beautiful. Okay, let me see. That's a cool effect. That's a really nice picture here. And then we have some architecture here. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of architecture photography. For me, it has to be absolutely amazing and mind-blowing to like it. So for me personally, these images are a little bit boring, and I probably wouldn't put them in this Instagram feed at all. I would just strictly probably stay with the portraits, and you can even see here that the portraits are getting more likes. So this portrait right here got 37 likes, and then all of the architecture ones were getting like 20, 18 likes, and then again the portraits were getting 40, 30 likes. So even by your likes, you can usually tell which images to keep and which images to not keep in your Instagram feed. Overall, it's really nice. I would say definitely work on expanding your Instagram. Consistency is key to getting more followers and more likes. So I would definitely recommend you post more images. So let's see, 1 day ago, 2 days ago, okay, 5 days. It seems like this person just, okay, his name is Bartek. It seems like Bartek just started his Instagram. So I would say really, really nice start. And I would also suggest keep with the portraits. And if you do want to post some architectural work, just make sure that it's a lot more interesting, because yeah, right now it's a little bit boring for me. But yeah, overall, really cool. I like the colors, I like the portraits. Some really nice work. Okay, so let's go to this one. Koku Joking. It's an interesting name. I always look at the names and the profile pictures because I think it's very, very important in your Instagram. A name and the profile, it's usually what we see right away. And if the profile picture is not interesting, if the name is not catching, no one's gonna click on it. I do like the profile picture here. It's pretty cool. I'm assuming that's the photographer. Okay, so let's scroll down. Alright, so my first impression is that the work looks very good quality. I like that. He has a lot of posts. Immediately I notice this style of presenting your image, which is kind of like a little collage with the detail and the shot overall, and I don't particularly like it. I just think it's kind of weird. And the reason why I don't like it is right now on the screen my computer looks fine, but whenever I'm going to be looking at this from my phone, the picture is going to be pretty small. And what you're doing is essentially making that picture even smaller and making it more confusing. So I would get rid of this style of displaying your images as this collage. And another reason why is because some images are just a full image, which is great. And then some are, again, this weird collage. And it's confusing me. I would say if you do really like this collage format and you think like, you know, this is your style, you're different than everyone else, cool, but then keep all of your pictures within the same collage style. Don't do one picture like this and one picture like that. It's just really confusing. The feed has to be very organic and has to look the same, has to have the same kind of organic feel to it. And if you would just put all of them with the collage, it would have a more organic feel. Like, you see, like this part over here is just all collages, and it already has a more organic feel than right here where everything is just kind of sporadic. Yeah, same with here with this weird collage. I would just rather even put the white borders on it rather than having it like this. Because yeah, the work is really good quality. Like, this is super cool. I love the night pictures. So yeah, overall I think it's really cool work. Those collages bother me a lot, so again, either stick with them or don't do them at all. Other than that, everything looks very cool, looks very organic. You can clearly see your style in the images. Good job. Okay, let's go to this one. I'm completely random, okay? I'm just like scrolling and choosing one. Okay, Wesley Walther. Really like the name here, easy to remember. I'm assuming it's just your name. I'm a big fan of just marketing yourself and your name. As you know, my Instagram page is just Irene Rudnyk photo with addition of photo, just so people know that they're going to be looking at a photography account. Okay, so let's scroll down here. Okay, so right away from scrolling down, I can definitely see the progression of the quality and your improvement, which is awesome. So I just noticed you're only 16 years old, which is absolutely amazing for a 16-year-old photographer. I can tell you're gonna have some amazing pictures in the future. You're definitely on a right track here. So honestly, I don't see anything wrong with the way your feed is. I think it's organic. I think the colors look beautiful. Whoever is going to see your profile, they're gonna know right away that you're a portrait photographer. My only advice is just to work on your craft, work on getting better. And as I already said, I can definitely see the improvement, so I know you're gonna only improve in the future. And so far, really great job. Okay, let's do this one. Maritza Photography. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Vancouver, Portland, California. Photographer. Okay, so we have a wedding photographer here. I love weddings, you guys. Okay, and portraits. Okay, everything looks really nice. I'm impressed with this one. Okay, I think everything looks beautiful. My only little critique would be about the colors. I see a lot of photographers experiment with colors, and sometimes they go a little bit too far. I feel like if we feel that the image maybe is not as interesting as it could be, we try to add a lot of different like gimmicks and things into the picture, and yeah, sometimes it's just a little bit overboard. Yeah, I'm really not into this purple hue of a background that Maritza added here. I think it would look so much better if she just left the natural colors of the image. It doesn't look visually appealing, at least to me. I would just leave it with the natural white and gray and kind of green colors. I feel like the purple is kind of overtaking the image. So yeah, I feel like if she kept it natural, it actually would have made the subject stand out a lot more in this picture. And this is a portrait, so you want to make it all about your subject. So yeah, this is my only critique here, because I noticed there were a few other pictures with kind of a weird tint to them. Yeah, that's really my only critique. Other than that, I think the pictures are so cute and so beautiful. I love this picture right here. Ooh, this picture here. You guys know that I'm a bokeh whore, so that's gorgeous. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's scroll. Let's see this one. Okay, Patty is a Mexico City-based lifestyle photographer, models photo shoots. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is a little bit similar to our previous Instagram. I find that the composition is great, the models are looking awesome. The only thing that is bothering me is like the coloring and the editing of the images. For example, in this picture, I think that the editing went a little bit overboard to the point where we're losing a lot of detail, and it's super grainy, and I don't even know what to focus on anymore because there's so much going on in this picture with the background, the colors, and the just everything. So that is my biggest critique here. Also, I noticed that a lot of people are kind of into just these sort of like gimmicky things nowadays, again, to kind of make your image look a little bit more interesting. But I find that if this is not done properly, it can make for a very distracting image where you don't even know where to look at. Just like here, there's lots of things going on. I think this was probably shot through a glass or something, because we're getting all of these weird reflections. But because the model is not looking at the picture and everything is kind of with these muted colors, I don't even know where to look at. It's just kind of a distracting picture for me in general. This is already much better pictures. Here I would just work just a little bit on the skin retouch. So you probably did a little bit of that like HDR effect to clarify some details, but usually that kind of is destructive for the skin. So I would just soften this up just a little bit, even on her shirt over here as well. Okay, here's a great example of what I was talking about. So do you guys remember that picture that I said that it was too distracting, where she was looking down? Well, here's the picture from the same setup where she is looking at the camera, and look at the huge difference that this makes. Now I'm not concentrating on all of the different reflections and the lights because the model is looking straight at me, so I'm concentrating on her eyes. And in this case, it actually works. Again, I would just work a little bit on the skin just because the light is pretty harsh here and it's creating some lines and making the skin look not the greatest, and it's not the model's problem, it's honestly just the light. So I would remove some things just as slightly, and again, it would just take off some of the distractions and make us focus on the model a little bit more. Another thing that I noticed is that you like a very dramatic lighting, which is cool, but whenever we are doing this kind of dramatic lighting, again, you have to make sure that it is flattering for the model. So in this case, I mean, it's creating all sorts of shadows on her face, making it look not flattering at all. We can see a huge difference here where the model is just in the shade. We're not getting all of these harsh shadows, and a lot more flattering, rather than again here with this very dramatic lighting. It's just picking up in all of the wrong places. So I would really suggest that you focus on your lighting, and if you do like the dramatic lighting, then focus on your editing. Okay, let's scroll down. Let's do this one. Cool. Okay, so from the start, I'm really liking this. I'm in love with these images. This girl is bomb. I like orange color, as you can see, and these are adorable. The model is great. I love that she is smiling. She's so cute. The colors pop so much. Colors are so important. It can literally make or break the image. And Marcos has a really great idea of how to use his colors. The contrast of orange and blue, the warm and the cool tones is a great combination, and it works so amazingly here. It caught my eye immediately. Editing is on point. Everything is great. These pictures are so fun as well. And normally I would say stick to the portraits or stick to landscapes, stick to one thing. But here particularly, I think Marcos has done a very great job of combining different styles of photography. But he's clearly showing his style. And you can tell that this is all done by one photographer who likes really bright colors. And it all works really well in his feed. Because even these pictures are cool, they're so bright and colorful, they immediately catch your attention. I'm really liking this. Honestly, I don't even have any critique here. I think everything looks great. So really good job, Marcos. Just continue what you're doing, and I think you're gonna go far here. I would say, yeah, just focus on your coloring game. It looks really cool. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, Luka, 18-year-old freelance photographer based in Serbia. Cool. All right, that is gorgeous. That is such a good picture. Oh, the colors on this model's skin look beautiful. Wow. Amazing picture. And I really love these ones as well. I think these look so nice. The editing, awesome. Contrast, awesome. Colors, everything looks great. My only critique is that some of the images I'm like super impressed and I just love. And then some images I'm kind of like meh. Like for instance, this picture right here. I don't like that you can see the road over here and kind of lines here. It takes away that whole magical feel. It makes it look more ordinary, if that makes sense. This is why I like to shoot really wide open most of the time, is that so that these kind of places that look more ordinary become more blurred and look more magical. Then here, I don't know what is this line that's going through right here. It's really throwing me off and it's really distracting. And what I don't like also is how the blacks are kind of crushed. It's a little bit too dark. And because her hair is in the shot really close to all the blacks, it kind of makes it all blend together. And I'm not paying as much attention to the subject. And now here, I love the image. I think here the crushed blacks work just fine because the model is the brightest spot in the picture and we immediately look at the model. So my only critique would be to be a little bit more selective with your pictures that you put on your Instagram. I usually do around 10 images from the photo shoot, but I'll post only 2, 3, sometimes even just 1, because I only want to choose absolute best for my Instagram feed. Yeah, other than that, I would say great job. Obviously, you know what you're doing with your editing. You're really good with colors. You're great with positioning your models and getting nice pictures of them. So yeah, my only suggestion would be to be a little bit more selective about what you put on your Instagram. Put only the best images. Okay, we have Claudia Posta. It doesn't say much in the profile, it just says guitar, camera, and a book. All right, so we have a model picture here. Okay, the model is hot. I really like this one right here. It's a nice contrast, nice boudoir image. Okay, and then we have books, we have selfies, just kind of everything all over the place. Okay, so again, here I would say figure out what you actually want to do on Instagram. Do you want to be a photography account? Do you want this to be your personal account? Do you want this to be an account about books, because right now it's just a mishmash of all of these things. When I started Instagram, my account actually looked very, very similar to this. I have lots of selfies and then pictures of clients, pictures of my cat, just pictures of what I'm doing, what I'm eating, and I was not getting any followers. And the reason is, if you're not a celebrity, unfortunately, people are not really interested in your life unless they're your friends or your family. People want to know what they're signing up for. So if they follow you for being a portrait photographer, they do not want to see selfies, or they do not want to see books. They're just not interested in it. So you have to kind of pick a niche and just post pictures of that. And there's nothing bad with, you know, having selfies or being interested in books. I would just make a personal account where you can post anything that you want, and then I would keep a photography account strictly about photography. Okay, so I think I'm gonna finish the video here. Me and Luna are gonna say bye to you guys. So again, huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. As you guys know, I do not get a lot of sponsors on this channel, only because I collaborate with people that I truly believe are awesome and with companies that I use myself. I'm actually in the works of rebranding my whole website with Squarespace. So yeah, check them out if you haven't already. I really hope that I didn't offend anyone. Again, please keep in mind that this is just my personal opinion, and the opinion that matters the most is yours. As long as you love your photography, as long as you love your Instagram feed, that's all that matters. So yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!